stayed so long I lost the name of what it felt like when the morning came. Without the weight of clouds against the flash, I'd almost let the hope of summer pass. But then I woke to something warm and new. A different kind of light was breaking through, the kind that finds the dust motes in the air. It makes you feel like someone put you there, on purpose in this moment, in this glow. Like the universe decided you should know that everything you waited through was worth the first light of summer touching earth. First light of summer falling on my face. First light of summer filling up the space that all the gray had hollowed out inside. First light of summer, nowhere left to hide from all the warmth I've been too scared to feel. First light of summer making something real out of everything I almost gave away. First light of summer and I think I'll stay. I opened every window, let it pour across the floor I hadn't loved before. The room looked different, bathed in that first gold, like a story finally being told. I thought of you and how you always said the sun comes back no matter what. Instead of darkness tries to make you its address. First light of summer proved you right, I guess. And something in my chest began to live, the kind of opening that feels like gift, not given by a person but a day. First light of summer clearing all away. First light of summer falling on my face, falling on my face. First light of summer filling up the space. No gray had hollowed out inside. First light of summer, nowhere left to hide from all the warmth I've been too scared to feel. First light of summer making something real out of everything I almost gave away. First light of summer and I think I'll stay. I used to think that light was just the sun, but this felt like an answer to the one question I've been asking all this time. First light of summer, and the answer's mine. First light of summer falling on my face. First light of summer with the space, all the gray hair hollowed around inside. First light of summer, first light of summer making something real out of everything I almost gave away. I think I'll stay. So I stand here in the first light, letting go of every reason I had not to know that after everything the warmth returns. First light of summer always finds and burns. I set my alarm before I needed to, just to catch the hour that almost no one knew. The street below was empty and the air had not yet decided what the day would wear. A coolness still was clinging to the stone, left over of night that lived alone in the spaces between buildings and the sky. Before the heat arrived to say goodbye, there's a version of the world that only lives in those few minutes that the early morning gives. Before the weight of everything comes due, I found myself most clearly coming through. Before the heat, the air belongs to no one. Before the heat, the day has not yet begun. It's ordinary business of demand. Before the heat, the world fits in my hand, light enough to hold and soft enough to keep. Before the heat is where I go to seek the part of me that doesn't need to perform. Before the heat, before the rush, before the storm. I made my coffee, carried it outside, and sat there in that in-between and wide open space of morning, almost done with being night, but not yet being sun. I thought of you in mornings that we shared. The coffee passed between us, neither cared whose cup was whose in that particular light. Before the heat that followed every night, some tenderness lives only in the cool. Before the day puts everyone to use, and in those stolen minutes I was yours. Before the heat came knocking at the doors. Before the heat, the air belongs to no one. Before the heat, the day has not yet begun. It's ordinary business of demand. Before the heat, the world fits in my hand, light enough to hold and soft enough to keep. Before the heat is where I go to seek the part of me that doesn't need to perform. Before the heat, before the rush, before the storm. I chase this hour every summer long. Before the heat, before the day gets strong. Because in everything that follows after, I need this quiet more than any laughter. Before the heat, the air belongs to no one. Before the heat, the day has not yet begun. It's ordinary business of demand. Before the heat, the world fits in my hand, light enough to hold and soft enough to keep. Before the heat is where I go to see the part of me that doesn't need to perform. Before the heat, before the rush, before. So I stay until the warmth begins to grow and carry what the early morning gave. Before the heat, I found what I needed most. Before the heat, I was closest to you. The tomatoes on the windowsill are taller. The ivy on the fences grow much bolder. Every crack in every sidewalk has a gleam, pushing through the places rarely seen. The world has its own agenda in this season, growing toward the light without a reason other than the most essential one. Everything alive is chasing the same sun, and I am growing too, though not as loud. Not the kind of growth that draws a crowd, more like roots that find their way through stone. Everything is growing even all alone. Everything is growing in the early heat. its own dear sake. I used to think that I had stopped somewhere, that everyone around me grew and I stayed there. But everything is growing, and so am I. Everything is growing underneath the same blue sky. You said you liked the way I changed last spring, the way I'd started owning everything I felt and thought and chose to say aloud. No longer lost inside the quiet crowd. I think of that and feel the summer warm, the way that love can be the finest form of sunlight, helping something find its green. Everything is growing in between. The things we plan and in each other's stay long after the season fades away. Your words took root inside me like a seed. Everything is growing what I needed. Everything is growing in the early heat. Everything is growing from the incomplete into something full of something more. Everything is growing for its own dear sake. I used to think that I had stopped somewhere, that everyone around me grew and I stayed there. But everything is growing, and so am I. Everything is growing underneath the same blue sky. Tender, give it time, let the summer do the rest, and I will find that growth was happening in the dark as well. Everything is growing more than I can tell. Everything is growing in the early heat. Everything is growing from the incomplete into something full or something more awake. Everything is growing for its own dear sake. I used to think that I had stopped somewhere, that everyone around me grew and I stayed there. But everything is growing, and so am I. Everything is growing underneath the same blue sky. So I lean into the season, let it do what only summer has the grace to do. Remind me that my growing is not done. Everything is growing toward the sun. For weeks the sky had nothing else to give but gray and wet and reasons not to live, too brightly or too fully or too wide. So I drew the curtains and stayed inside. I learned the patterns of the water stains, became familiar with 100 rays at different tempos, different weight and sound, until the morning when the sun came round. I didn't notice it at first because the body takes a moment, just because it's been so long since warmth arrived without the promise of another storm of doubt. After the rain season, everything is sharp. After the rain season, colors hit the heart, like something you forgot was possible to feel. After the rain season reminds you what is real. The green is greener and the blue is white. After the rain season, nothing left to hide. Beyond the clouds I made my comfortable home. After the rain season, I am not alone. I stepped outside and felt it on my arms. The summer finally delivering told you without delay. After the rain season came to stay, I thought of how the long gray months were you, the waiting and the wandering it through. The other side was someone I could be. After the rain season set me free, and grief is like a rain season too. It comes and stays and soaks its way through you, but after always follows without fail. After the rain season lifts the veil. After the rain season everything is sharp. After the rain season colors hit the heart, like something you forgot was possible to feel. After the rain season reminds you what is real. The green is greener and the blue is white. After the rain season nothing left to hide. Beyond the clouds I made my comfortable home. After the rain season I am not alone. I stand here in the first clean light and know that everything the rain gave helped me grow into the one who steps outside today. After the rain season found her way. After the rain season everything is sharp. After the rain season colors hit the heart, like something you forgot was possible to feel. After the rain season reminds you what is real. The green is greener and the blue is white. The blue is white. After the rain season nothing left to hide. Beyond the clouds I made my comfortable home. After the rain season I'm not alone. So I lift my face and let the summer in. After the rain season I begin again, and this time with the kind of knowing that comes from all those months of quiet growing. After the rain season here I am. I don't know what came over me that day. I just got up and threw my plans away. Left the dishes, left the phone behind. Left a version of myself designed to stay inside and manage and be still. And ran outside against my careful will. The sun was high and merciless and bright, and I ran straight into its burning light. Something animal woke up inside that hadn't stretched its legs or tried to move without a reason or a cause. Just running for the pure and reckless pause and being sensible. Running to the sun without a plan. Running to the sun and take my hand if you're brave enough to leave the shade behind. Running to the sun and lose your careful mind. Let the light hit everything you are. Running to the sun, you don't need to go far, just far enough to feel your own heartbeat. Running to the sun barefoot in the heat. I passed the neighbors walking their routine and felt the gap between the life they'd seen. Me living in the one I was right now, the one who runs without a reason how. I just with the yes of the whole body. edges of my days. Running to the sun, you were always right, always. Running to the sun without a plan. Running to the sun and take my hand. If you're brave enough to leave the shade behind. Running to the sun and lose your careful mind. Let the light hit everything you are. Running to the sun, you don't need to go far. Just far enough to feel your own heartbeat. Running to the sun barefoot in the heat. Maybe this is what you meant back then, when you kept asking me to try again, to live a little louder than my fear. Running to the sun is how I hear you here. Running to the sun without a plan. Running to the sun and take my hand. If you're brave enough to leave the shade behind. Running to the sun. The light hit everything you are. Running to the sun, you don't need to go far. Just far enough to feel your own heartbeat. Running to the sun barefoot in the heat. So I keep running past the point of sin, into the summer and it's bright, immense and generous and blinding kind of love. Running to the sun, the world is not enough unless you run toward it, arms out wide. Running to the sun and let it all inside. I didn't notice when it happened first, the moment after all the words had passed and left without a formal note. Just quietly slipped out of my coat of heavy, and I found myself one day walking with a different kind of sway, not dragging everything that I had known, lighter than before and on my own. It wasn't one big moment of release, just small surrenders adding up to peace. A word I stopped repeating to myself, a weight I finally placed back on the shelf. Lighter than before, the summer found me here. Lighter than before, I lost a little fear of being in this body, being in this day. Lighter than before, I found a different way to carry what I had without the strain. Lighter than before, I walked out in the rain and felt it as a blessing, not a weight. Lighter than before, I'm learning to be great at simply being here. I gave away the things that held me back, the ones I thought I needed for the track of who I was supposed to be by now. I let the summer show me anyhow. That lighter doesn't mean that you have less. It means you found a way to reassess what's worth the carrying and what was weight. Lighter than before is never too late. And somewhere in the lightness I found you. Not the you I lost, but something new. A version of the love we had before. Lighter than before, but somehow more. Lighter than before, the summer found me here. Lighter than before, I lost a little fear of being in this body, being in this day. Lighter than before, I found a different way to carry what I had without the strain. Lighter than before, I walked out in the rain and felt it as a blessing, not a weight. Lighter than before, I'm learning to be great at simply being here. there's something in its hand, a lightness only this season understands. It lifts the corners of the things we hold. Lighter than before is better than the gold. Lighter tore I lost the liberty I think in this body being in this state. Lighter than before. Lighter than before, I walked out in the rain and felt it as a blessing, not a weight. Lighter than before. Deep inside and find that less has made me more complete, lighter than before. The summer before the light agrees, a chorus in the dark among the trees that says the night is ending even now, before the sky has learned to show it how. I lay there in the half dark, half awake, and listen to the morning start to make its case for coming in without a key. 4 a.m. in summer finding me. There is no hour quite like this one here. Too late for sleep, too early to appear anywhere but inside your own head. 4 a.m. in summer, live instead. 4 a.m. in summer, wide awake. 4 a.m. in summer, too alive to fake the sleep that wouldn't come for hours now. 4 a.m. in summer, I don't know how to feel anything but all of it at once. The longing and the beauty and the stunts. The memory pulls when the guard is down. 4 a.m. in summer wears no crown. I thought of you at 4 a.m. last year. Your voice a little closer than the here and now that separates the us we were from everything that happened after her. Last summer ended and a new one came without the things that kept us both the same. I listened to the birds and let them fill the space where you have been 4 a.m. still. Somehow the night's most honest hour knows exactly where the tenderness still goes when everything is quiet enough to hear. 4 a.m. in summer, you were here. 4 a.m. in summer, wide awake. 4 a.m. in summer, too alive to fake the sleep that wouldn't come for hours now. 4 a.m. in summer, I don't know how to feel anything but all of it at once. The longing and the beauty and the stunts. The memory pulls when the guard is down. 4 a.m. in summer wears no crown. The sky begins its slow and tender change from black to something softer in its range of color, and I watch it come undone. 4 a.m. in summer, almost sun. 4 a.m. in summer, wide awake. 4 a.m. in summer, too alive to fake the sleep that wouldn't come for hours now. 4 a.m. in summer, I don't a day that doesn't know my name. 4 a.m. in summer, never quite the same. The curtain glowed before I was prepared for all the light insisting to be shared. Summer mornings don't ask for permission. They simply arrive and stake their position in every corner of the sleeping room, replacing all the comfortable gloom with something that demands you start again. Morning came early like an old friend. I hadn't finished what I meant to dream. The night it felt too short, too incomplete. But morning had a different kind of plan. Morning came early with its open hand. Morning came early, pulling back the night. Morning came early, filling up with light. Every corner, every shadow, every scene. Morning came early, interrupting every dream. I wasn't ready and I wasn't done, but morning came early with the summer sun. And something in me answered back and said, morning came early, get me out of bed. You used to be the one who slept the most, long after every reasonable host of morning birds had finished their first song. You stayed inside the dark where you belong, until I pulled the curtain just enough to let a single beam do all the stuff that words cannot, and watch you slowly turn. Morning came early, you were slow to learn. I smile when the early light appears, and feel the tenderness across the years of every morning that we argued through. Morning came early and I think of you. Morning came early, pulling back the night. Morning came early, filling up with light. Every corner, every shadow, every scene. Morning came early, interrupting every dream. I wasn't ready and I wasn't done, but morning came early with the summer sun. And something in me answered back and said, morning came early, get me out of bed. Now I am the one who sleeps too long, and nobody's here to pull me toward the song of birds outside the glass in summer air. Morning came early and you are not there. Morning came early, pulling back the night. Morning came early, filling up with light. Every corner, every shadow, every scene. Morning came early, interrupting every dream. I wasn't ready and I wasn't done, but morning came early with the summer sun. And something in me answered back and said, morning came early, get me out of bed. So I pulled the curtain like you used to do, and let the morning in the way you knew, to make me rise and face whatever came. Morning came early and it's not the same, but I get up because you taught me how. Morning came early then, the morning comes early now. I know the blue of bothers being beautiful at all. Before the heat reminds it of its core. But the ocean has a different kind of blue, the kind that doesn't need to prove it's true. It simply is and always has been so. A blue too deep for any light to know. I stood at the edge and looked straight down into a color with no edges and no crown. Just blue becoming bluer as it goes, a depth that only silence truly knows. Blue deeper than the sky has ever been, blue deeper than the places I have seen inside myself when I was looking hard. Blue deeper than the ocean's own backyard. Something in the color made me small in the most beautiful way of all. Blue deeper than the sky, blue deeper than anything my heart could understand. You had a way of looking at the sea, like it was telling you something only free souls could hear. And I would watch your face and feel the blue reflected in that space between your eyes and everything beyond. The kind of depth that two hearts grow so fond of, searching for in each other's gaze. Blue deeper than the sky through all the days. Some colors live and feel it more than sight. The blue that holds the sea holds something right about the way that love exceeds the frame. Blue deeper than the sky was how you came. Blue deeper than the sky has ever been, blue deeper than the places I have seen inside myself when I was looking hard. Blue deeper than the ocean's own backyard. Something in that color made me small in the most beautiful way of all. Blue deeper than the sky, blue deeper than anything my heart could I carry that blue with me when I go back to the life where shallow colors show, and pull it out when ordinary gray forgets the blue the summer put away. Blue deeper than the sky has ever been, blue deeper than the places I have seen inside myself when I was looking hard. Blue deeper than the ocean's own backyard. Something in the color made me small in the most beautiful way of all. Blue deeper than the sky, blue deeper than anything my heart could understand. So let the blue remind me what is true, that death is not a danger, it's a view into the part of a living most alive. Blue deeper than the sky is how we I didn't have a destination plan, just keys in pocket and some time in hand. The breeze came through and tilted something loose inside my chest that didn't need a use. But staying still another quiet day, it simply said, come on, let's find a way. So I followed where the wind decided, without a map or reason being There's a kind of freedom only movement finds when you stop negotiating with your mind and trust the pull of something light and free. Chasing the breeze is all I need to be. Chasing the breeze through the early summer streets. Chasing the breeze past the ordinary beats of a life I'd been too careful living through. Chasing the breeze and thinking only you would understand this restless kind of joy, this need to go without a plan to deploy. Chasing the breeze and feeling finally alive. Chasing the breeze is how I learned to thrive. I passed the cafe where we used to sit and smiled instead of aching just a bit. The memory was there but softer now. The breeze had done that somehow anyhow. It doesn't erase the things you used to feel. It just makes room beside them, something real and new and unexpected on the same old street. They used to only hold your name, and maybe that's exactly what this is. A way of making something mine from his, by walking through it lighter than before. Chasing the breeze until I find what's more. Chasing the breeze through the early summer streets. Chasing the breeze past the ordinary beats of a life I've been too careful living through. Chasing the breeze and thinking only you would understand this restless kind of joy, this need to go without a plan to deploy. Chasing the breeze and feeling finally alive. Chasing the breeze is how I learned to thrive. Some days the bravest thing is just to move, to let the body find its own sweet groove, through streets of light and air that smells of green. Chasing the breeze to places in between. Chasing the breeze through the early summer streets. Chasing the breeze past the ordinary beats of a life I've been too careful living through. Chasing the breeze and thinking only you would understand this restless kind of joy, this need to go without a plan to deploy. Chasing the breeze and feeling finally alive. This is how I learned to thrive. So follow where the summer wind decides and let it take you somewhere past the tides of everything you thought you had to be. Chasing the breeze is how you find the free. Ooh. Out past the shallow water, past the crowd, past every voice that got a little loud. There's a place where something stirs beneath the surface of the sea and starts to breathe into a shape that travels all this way to find the shore and finally have it say. I stood there watching them arrive and break and wonder what it costs a wave to make. The journey starts so quietly, so deep, in places where the ocean goes to sleep, and yet it rises, builds and finds the light, becoming something beautiful in flight. Where the waves begin, nobody sees. Where the waves begin, the ocean breathes something into nothing, into form. Where the waves begin before the storm, a feeling hits and breaks against the sand. Where the waves begin, I understand that everything I feel starts somewhere deep. Where the waves begin is mine to keep. I thought of how my love for you began. Now with a word, a gesture, or a plan. But somewhere underneath where no one sees, a quiet current stirring in the breeze of ordinary days until it grew too large to hold. And all I knew was that the feeling had been traveling on before it ever found its voice or song. And when it finally broke across the shore, I didn't know that I could feel this more than anything the shallow waters gave. Love is most itself at the deepest way, where the waves begin nobody sees, where the waves begin the ocean breeze something into nothing into form, where the waves begin before the storm. A feeling hits and breaks against the sand, where the waves begin to understand that everything I feel starts somewhere deep, where the waves begin is mine to keep. Another gather pace and rise, and see my own heart mirrored in its keys. Every wave of love that found its way, where the waves begin is where I stay, where the waves begin nobody sees, where the waves begin the ocean breeze something into nothing into form, where the waves begin before the storm. A feeling hits and breaks against the sand, where the waves begin to understand that everything I feel starts somewhere deep, where the waves begin is mine to keep. So I stay here at the edge of what I know and watch the waves arrive and watch them go. Everyone beginning somewhere wide and free, weight and taste and name. No 2 days at the shoreline feel the same. The salt gets into everything it finds. The fabric of you clues your deepest minds. And sunlight here is different from the kind that falls on city streets and stays confined to narrow strips between the buildings. Tall out here, the light decides to give its all. I breathe it in until my chest expands and feel the world dissolve into my hands. Salt and sunlight stripping back the years to something clear and honest past the fears. Salt and sunlight on my skin today. Salt and sunlight burning doubt away. Everything I brought here from the shore of my ordinary life means nothing more. Salt and sunlight, this is all I am. A body in the summer and a plan to stay a little longer than I should. Salt and sunlight doing what they could. You kissed me once where salt lit afternoon beneath the sky we thought would last till June and longer into everything ahead. But some summers end before the words are said. I taste the sea and find the memory still living in the space between the free and vacant pores of loving someone gone. Salt and sunlight, how I carry on. The ocean doesn't care about my loss. It just keeps tossing light at any cost. And something in that indifference heals. Salt and sunlight is the most honest it feels. Salt and sunlight on my skin today. Salt and sunlight burning down away everything I brought here from the shore of my ordinary life means nothing lost. Salt and sunlight, this is all I am. A body in the summer and a frame to stay a little longer than I should. Salt and sunlight doing what they could. Maybe healing smells like this exactly. Salt has something warm and inexactly named, but deeply known inside the chest. Salt and sunlight doing all the rest. Salt and sunlight on my skin tonight. Salt and sunlight burning down away everything I brought here from the shore of my ordinary life needs nothing more. Salt and sunlight, this is all I am. A body in the summer and a plan to stay a little longer than I should. Salt and sunlight doing what they could. So I turn my face up to the afternoon and let the salt and light decide how soon I have to go back to the life I keep. Salt and sunlight run so wide and deep. I left my shoes somewhere behind the dune, beneath the wide and unforgiving moon that gives way to the softest summer sun and lets the day decide what must be done. The sand was warm in places, cool in some, a map of every tide that ever come went without me noticing before I press my feet into the ancient floor. There's something about skin against the earth that brings you back to something close to worth of being here, of taking up this space. Barefoot on the sand, I found my place.砂浜を裸足で feeling every grain. Barefoot on the sand, washing out the pain of everything I carry to this shore. Barefoot on the sand, I need nothing more. The water at my ankles cold and true. Barefoot on the sand, I thought of you walking here beside me in a different year. laugh at nothing, standing side by side. Your footprints always deeper than my own. A trail of you I follow even alone. I trace the waterline with careful feet and find a place where memory and present meet, where what was ours gets folded into mine. Barefoot on the sand, redrawn by time. The sea takes everything and gives it back, smooth and softened on a different track. And grief is like the tide, it comes and goes. Barefoot on the sand is how healing shows.砂浜を裸足で feeling every grain. Barefoot on the sand, washing out the pain of everything I carry to this shore. Barefoot on the sand, I need nothing more. The water at my ankles cold and true. Barefoot on the sand, I thought of you walking here beside me in a different year. Barefoot on the sand, I feel you near. I let the wave run over where I stand and feel the sand shift gently underhand. Of time that holds me loosely, lets me be. Barefoot on the sand, barefoot and free. So now